Yo guys, what's up? Big Walt from Tweak and Tune. Just want to let you know, grill's back on. There's the auxiliary cooler. Now, this is just to show you if anybody wants to do this themselves. I know all the parts. I can tell you everything about it. So, you can't even know it's there. That's where my auxiliary transmission cooler was anyway. I moved it over here behind the power steering cooler. The power steering cooler is still there. And there's the auxiliary cooler. It's hard to see. You can see the hose up in the top. Those are pre-molded 90-degree hoses that worked awesome. And there's the temperature sensor. We got that wired in nice. Got a couple of cushion clamps. Holding it up, zip tied over there. It's zip tied to the hood release cable. So I'm really happy with it. It flows good. It works excellent. I know I made a video not long ago, but this is just to show you the final product. Can't beat that SEM. I don't know if it's a GM paint, but it matches the GM trim paint absolutely perfect. So for any of your freshening up needs, get a can of that stuff. There's different ones. There's satin. I never tried the satin. It's not called trim. It's called satin. I ordered it. They sent me the wrong thing, so I sent it back. It was a couple of months ago, and I never got another one, so I didn't bother with it. I just wanted to see if there was a difference. But the trim paint is dead on to anything that has black GM trim from the factory. That paint is dead on. I'm sure you guys know. You probably used it before. But I mean, you could do touch-ups with it, and it's like perfect. Anyway, it came out really good. This is as far as I'm going with intercooling. I do have the Sports Machines double pass. I do have a coolant sensor in there, and that's on the hot side. So that's the hottest. My little interceptor gauge is going to see. That's on the double pass. I believe it's on the top tank. So the water returns out of the top of the ATR to the top of the double pass. And that's where the sensor is. So that'll be the hottest point. And then it flows out of the double pass, down the bottom, into the pump, out of the pump, down to the bottom of this auxiliary cooler, out the top, and that sensor will be the coolest. That'll show the coolest. So that'll be the difference. Anyway, I'm really happy how it came out. You would never know it's even back there. Right now I'm going to stick to the clutch fan. I do have the Intrepid fans, but I'm going to put this all back together and have a day's work inside the car wiring up the Turbo Smart boost controller. I have I forgot the name of that company. It's an all-out wideband gauge. I forgot the name of the company. It's a something 500. NGK or NTK used to make it, and then another company took it over. I'm not sure if you know what I mean, but it's not an AME. It's something else. It's square. I got it to match the other gauges, to match the Turbo Smart boost controller, the Alki controller, and something else. Oh, and the Kenny Bell booster spark. So I went square front of the dash, and double side tape holds it up nice. But anyway, I got to get in there. I got to push this thing out because I got to work all on the passenger side, and I got no room in here, as you can see, unless I move over a little bit. I guess I can move it over a little bit. But I need a day inside to do some final wiring, tucking it up, trimming it up. There's a lot of wire that's really long with some of these kits, and I know you can cut back anything on the Alki control, any wiring you can shorten up. I know you can shorten up anything on the boost controller, I'm pretty sure, but the wideband I don't know about. I don't want it to start giving me inaccurate readings and stuff like that. And then I'm up in the air. Am I going to mount everything to an aluminum plate and then double side tape that up under the dash? where I had the other stuff, or am I just going to individually double tape each one? I don't know. I got to see what I'm going to do with that. But then, and then from there, once I get all that done, it's done. Then I got to tune it. I got the turbo tweak chip for 60-pound injectors and methanol, and I'm going to probably run around. I'm going to start with low boost, probably around 10, 15 pounds, and then maybe go as much as 18, 20 at the most, and that's it. And then the last step will be, at least under the hood, the last step will be the Intrepid fans. I did find a from the old ABS plug right here. I got a nice thick 10 gauge power and ground right there. And to my Kenny Bell booster pump, it's got a 10 gauge power and a 10 gauge ignition on. So I'll tap into that for ignition on, because I'm pretty sure the fans use the power from battery hot. The ignition on is just to, I guess, set off the relay or whatever they use in there, and also for the soft start and soft shutdown. So that's about it. We're going to go from there. And then the final thing of everything on the list, if this thing stays together and I don't blow it up, would be the brakes. Going to do the LS brake conversion, front and rear. And just dump the fluid out of the diff and put in some nice heavy-duty Lucas with some GM additive and a nice billet cover, a TA cover for the back. And that's it. I'm not doing anything else. Suspension-wise, I don't know. It rides pretty soft. It rides pretty comfortable. You know, it's still on the torque, whatever those things are called, torsion rods, factory leaf springs. It just got Bilsteins all around, and it does have a rear sway bar now. The airbag control, air shocks and all that, they're gone. But so it does ride nice. It's a little soft, it's whatever, but the Bilsteins did stiffen it up a little bit, and that rear sway bar worked. I kind of like the way it rides. Truck's a low mileage truck. It does have a little bit of slack in the rag joint. Down there it does have a little slack. I might go with the Sports Machines, whatever that is, steering arm, steering shaft. I might change it out just to give me a little bit tighter of a ride and then go from there. But I think that's about it. I'm trying to keep the car as stock functional as possible. And what I mean by that is not go air-to-air intercooler. Stick with the water-to-air. Don't go... don't go with a air-cooled turbo. Go with the ball bearing turbo with the water-cooled option, which I did from Sports Machines. Don't get rid of my factory air intake. Use that. I modified the air box, opened it up a little bit, but I'm going to use that. And I want the truck to look, I want it to function like that. And that's as far as I'm going to go with it. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully it makes 400 horse around, and hopefully it takes out some imports. Anyway, guys, bang out of here.